Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Eastern Eagle Baseball, where today the Eastern Eagles take on Symmes Valley. I am Rockin' Raj, and beside me, as always, my partner in crime, the Madman, Mike Davis. Mike, how you doing?
The Madman's a little mad right now, Rockin' Raj. It wasn't a great day, but it's a great evening for baseball here at Eastern High School. And like you said, Rockin' Raj, Symmes Valley travels the long and windy road to Beaver, Ohio, in this conference game between the Symmes Valley Vikings, who are 5-2 on the regular season, against the Eastern Eagles. The Eastern Eagles are 1-3 on the regular season. Had a bit of a lopsided loss last night against Green at Green in a very, very cold matchup, much like it is tonight.
Yeah, but I'm dressed for it, and it looks like you are too, so we're ready to go. We're ready to play some ball here.
We are. I've got 9 layers of clothes on, Rockin' Raj. I'm still a little cold. We're up here on the football press box where heat's not rising. It's colder up here. Got a little wind.
But I'll tell you, like I said earlier, it's not blowing 100 miles an hour like it was last week.
That wind blew so hard last week that it actually tore my scorebook.
Yeah, you was pretty upset about that.
I was, because I kept a good scorebook, and here it just ripped it out. You know, the Eagles got their first victory of the season. It was a conference win against South Gallia, and it was a walk-off win. And
an exciting ball game that was.
A very exciting ball game against a very good South Gallia team. But we got a ball game tonight, Rockin' Raj. Symmes Valley, like I said, 5-2. We're 1-3.
So hopefully the Eagles can come out first inning, 1, 2, 3, then bottom of the first, come up and get some runs on the board and go from there.
Absolutely, absolutely. Going through your starting lineup for the visiting Symmes Valley Vikings, we have number 12, Tanner Thompson. He's going to be in a right field. Number 11, Tanner Korn. Remember him from basketball.
Yeah.
He's the pitcher this evening. He's going to be batting second. Number 25, Willie Jones. He's behind the dish. Jones and Korn will be a battery tonight. He's going to be batting third. Number 34, Andy Stroh. Well, he's at your third baseman. He's going to be batting cleanup. Number 14, Asher Maynard. He's going to be batting fifth in the lineup. He's going to be playing third. Number 10, Braden Hankins. My writing here is pretty bad, but thankfully they gave me a good roster. Braden Hankins, number 10. Well, he's going to be at second. Number 23, Jackson Fields. He's going to be in left field. Number 3, Grady Holland. He's going to be in center and batting ninth. Number 5, Bronx Carpenter, another basketball name we all remember. Yeah. Well, he's going to be playing shortstop. Looks like we are ready to rock and roll here at Beaver High School. Got the softball team. They're playing right beside us on the right. We'll check in with them very periodically. Baseball on our left. Eastern Eagles have got a different uniform on tonight. They've got a multicolored uniform, white, some brown and silver and orange, and
kind of reminds me of the old Houston Astros uniforms.
Kind of, yeah. Good, great. That's a great observation, Rockin' Raj. I was trying to think, where have I seen that before? But yeah, back in the day, the old Houston Astros. While we warm up for the Eagles, we'll go ahead through their starting lineup. Number 17, Declan Davis is batting leadoff. He's going to be at shortstop tonight. Number 11, Christian Smith. He's going to be behind the dish. Number 24, Grant Havens. I believe he's going to be at second. Number 22, Trey Kelly. He's your pitcher. He was the pitcher on last week.
Yeah.
Rockin' Raj. Number 18, they've got him on the lineup sheet as legs, but that's QB1. He's going to be in center field, Eric Manley. Number 27, Cade Leist. He's going to be at first. 00, Thompson, Miles Thompson. He's going to be your designated hitter. Number 14, Tomlinson. He's going to be in right field. Number 10, Brady Moore. They got him at third, and we are ready to rock and roll here. First pitch, and it is a foul
ball.
tip. Strike one.
Like you said, a beautiful evening for baseball.
A little cold. Nice little crowd here for both boys and girls.
It sure is.
Here's your 0-1 pitch. And it goes, they're going to say it's going to go foul. Strike two. This is number 12. Tanner Thompson. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Kelly gets a sign. Fires it in there. Inside. Ball number 1. One and two. Here comes a pitch. Way inside. And he runs the count even at 2-2.
You know, I noticed earlier you was chomping on a big, nice donut.
Yeah.
You never asked old Rock and Rod if he wanted to bite.
And your 2-2 is fouled off. Still 2-2. Corbin's got him. They're right over there.
Okay. I'll maybe have to grab one. And there's a shot.
Shot over the head of the second baseman, right into the hands of the right fielder. And that's going to be a leadoff single for Mr. Thompson. One aboard. Nobody out.
Looks like the softball game is about ready to start.
Tanner Korn, number 11, steps into the box. Here's a pitch. Runner goes.
Catcher loses the ball, goes back to the backstop, and the runner safely stand up. Stolen base.
We got a stolen base. Runner at second. Tanner Korn up to bat. 1 ball, no strikes is the count. Here's a pitch. And just a little outside. Ball 2, 2-0.
Got a nice lead on second.
Here's a pitch, swing and a miss, strike 1. 2-1. Nice lead at second. Runner thought about it. Goes back. Strike 2. Called strike 2. That evens a count at 2-2 on Tanner Korn. Trey Kelly checks the runner. Here comes a pitch. Really high.
Yeah, over everybody's head.
So that'll be a wild pitch. And the runner takes third. So count runs full, 3-2 on Tanner Korn with a runner at third off the wild pitch. Payoff pitch. Outside, ball 4. So a base on balls.
He's already pitched 12 pitches.
Runners at the corners. Oh, you're keeping a
Yeah,
pitch
I'm
count.
keeping,
Cool.
yeah.
All right, so batting third, Willie Jones, number 25. Here comes a pitch. Runner goes quickly, throw down. He's going to hold it, and they're just going to concede the stolen base. Runners at second and third. 1-0.
Two balls, no strikes.
Thank you, Raj. I missed that. 2-0 on Mr. Jones. Checks the runners. Fires it in there. High and inside. 3-0 is the count. Runners at second and third. Kelly checks the runners. Fires a pitch in there. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. 3-1 is the count. Kelly's pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Strike 3.
That was
Okay.
strike 3, so that one must have been a strike.
Yeah. So a swinging strikeout. Batting cleanup, Mr. Stroh. Andy Stroh. Here's a pitch. Inside, ball 1. 1 down, runners at second and third. Top of the first. Nothing is your score. Your 1-0 pitch. And a little grounder to the second baseman. Fires it over to first. Put out complete, but the sacrifice is complete. Thompson will score.
Vikings on the board, 1-0. 2 down.
4-3 RBI, a sacrifice RBI. Maynard, number 14, comes to the plate. Pitches in there and a grounder to shortstop. Bounces off Davis's foot. That's going to score a run. The runner will hold. It'll be another single for Maynard. Scores another run. So 2-0 is your score. That brings up Hankins, number 10. 2 down. 2-0 is your score. Runner at first. Runner goes, fires it down to shortstop. Not in time. He's in there with a stolen base. So a runner at second. 2-0, top of the first. 2 down. 1-0 is the count. Here's a pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2, or strike 1.
He was going for the fence on that one.
He was. 1-1. Here's a pitch. Fouls it back, strike 2. Kelly ahead in the count here. Runner at second. The 1-2 pitch. High, ball 2. Count is even. Foul tip.
$25 pitches so far in the top of the first.
Here's a pitch. It's inside for a ball. I believe that's a full count. Here's a pitch. And it right back to the pitcher. What a catch.
He just held that glove up, and the ball went right in there. What a line drive, and nice play by the catcher.
Yeah.
By the pitcher. Heads up play.
Yes, and that's going to do it for the inning. So after the top of the first, Symmes Valley Vikings 2, the Eastern Eagles nothing. You're listening to Eastern Eagles basketball. We'll be back in a minute.
You love the Big Red Machine. The Cincinnati Reds have a history of being competitive and zealous while maintaining the utmost professionalism. So should your lawyer. John Kirsten Clark is an aggressive and zealous attorney that is always looking out for the best interests of his clients while trying to secure a win. He has over 30 years experience and is licensed in all courts, state of Ohio, federal court, and even the U.S. Supreme Court. Whether your legal issue is domestic related or a criminal law issue, call John Clark Law Office today.
Batter up, Eagles fans. Baseball season is here, and there's no better place to catch up on all the action than Sully's in the Valley. Located in the heart of Beaver, Ohio, Sully's is your go-to spot for delicious food, refreshing drinks, and a family-friendly atmosphere. Grab a bite before the game or celebrate big wins with family and friends after. Plus, enjoy mouth-watering pizzas, sandwiches, and Perry's ice cream. Swing by Sully's in the Valley today, where great food and great fans come together.
This is Eastern Eagles Baseball on the Eastern Eagles Sports Network, presented by Total Media Sports.
All righty, welcome back. Bottom of the first, Symmes Valley on the board with 2. Eagles looking to tie it up here in the bottom of the first inning. Walk-up music is a little louder today, Rockin' Raj.
Yes, it is.
We had the wind was pretty bad last time, hard to hear. I've got my nice beanie here. You got your Total Media one. I got my Prosecutor one made by Elizabeth's Custom Tees. So leading off for the Eastern Eagles will be Declan Davis. He is wearing number 17 tonight, playing shortstop.
Come on, Deck man, let's get something going.
Declan was 1 for 2 last night.
So he's starting to come around.
He had a shot right to the third baseman. I mean, just I wish we had like StatCast to see how fast that sucker was going off the bat, but man, it was a rocket, and he just right place, right time, swing and a miss, strike 1. Here's a pitch.
Just a bit outside.
Just a bit outside. 1-1. Pitch. And a grounder right underneath the legs of the third baseman. Declan rounds first, looks at second, decides to hold, so a leadoff single for the deck man.
I think Rockin' Rogers, good luck for him.
I think you are too. Went right under the third baseman's legs, right between them. And that brings up number 11, Christian Smith, the catcher. Runner at first. Nobody out.
Pretty big lead. There
Declan
goes Davis.
And Smith drops down a bunt. Fires it over to first.
Nice play there by the Eagles.
Nice bunt by Christian Smith. So 1 down. Runner in scoring position. That'll be a 1-3 put out. Grand Havens. Declan with a nice lead at second.
Big lead.
No one's holding him either. There he goes back.
Yeah, the pitcher, he looked and glanced at him and goes, I'm going to just step off the mound here.
Yeah.
Davis
Shortstop
goes back.
and second, they were pretty far apart. Here's a pitch to Haven. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. 0-1. So I incorrectly referred to him last week as Grant Haven. It's Havens with an S. Don't ask me why I confused that. I apologize. Here's a pitch. A little outside. Ball 1. 1-1's the count. They're holding him on second a little closer now. Here's a 1-1 pitch.
Just a bit outside. He tried the corner and missed.
2-1.
That could have been a little pitch out there.
I think so.
Yeah.
Here's a pitch. Oh, that went over his head, and they called him a strike. They're calling him out on strikes. So backwards K. This guy's not. I'm having a hard time hearing him when he's calling balls or strikes.
Yeah.
So 2 down. Trey Kelly comes to the plate. Here's a pitch. Whew. Strike 1.
Here we go again, outside corner.
It's the 0-1 pitch. And a rocket right to the third baseman, over to first, in time, and that's going to end the inning. So after 1, Symmes Valley 2, Eastern Eagles nothing. You're listening to Eastern Eagles Baseball. We'll be back in a minute.
Craving something delicious? Carson's Corner Pizza has you covered. From our cheesy, freshly baked pizzas to sizzling potato skins loaded with crispy bacon and melted cheddar, every bite is a flavor explosion. Want wings? We've got them. Salads? Of course. Calzones? You bet. And don't forget the best fried mushrooms in town. Skip the wait. Order online at carsonscornerspizza.com or call 740-289-1300. Carson's Corner Pizza, where every bite is better than the last.
When it's time for a real meal, head over to Riverside Restaurant at 924 East Main Street in Piketon. Serving up breakfast, lunch, and dinner Tuesday through Sunday from 7 to 3 and Saturday from 8 to 3. Try their train wreck breakfast, which includes 2 eggs, hash browns, biscuits and gravy, bacon, sausage links, all topped with shredded cheese for just $9.95. From home-style dinners to juicy burgers and fresh sandwiches, there's something for everyone. Call 740-289-3884 or stop by today. Riverside Restaurant. Good food, good company, great taste.
This is Eastern Eagles Baseball on the Eastern Eagles Sports Network, presented by Total Media Sports.
All righty, welcome back. Top of the second. Well, Davis got on base with the leadoff, and Smith pulled down a really nice bunt to move him over to second, but
just couldn't get him in.
Couldn't get him in. So nothing for the Eagles. Symmes Valley comes up to the top of the second with a 2-0 lead.
Looking over at the girls, they are down 1-0 to Symmes Valley.
But I see
bottom of the first, and they got 2 on at Eastern Eagles with 1 out.
23 Fields. He's the left fielder. He should be coming to the plate. Kelly still on the mound. Yeah, runners at first and second over here in the softball game.
Yeah.
Pitch is in there. That was a ball. Both teams playing Symmes Valley. Makes for an easier bus ride, I guess.
Absolutely.
And that is a bus ride. Whew.
Long ride.
All right, Davis hands the ball off to Kelly. We are ready to rock and roll here in the top of the second. Fields, Jackson Fields, the left fielder, coming to the plate. I can't write with this glove on, so here's a pitch. Strike 1. Hey, he's consistent on that outside corner.
Yes, he sure is on both sides.
I just need to be able to hear him better. 0-1. Here's the pitch. High and inside. Ball 1. One. Here's a pitch. Inside. Ball 2. 2-1's the count. Top of the second. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Inside, ball 3. 3-1.
Almost got him. He had to do a spin move to get away from that ball.
Mm-hmm. It needs to live on that outside corner. Here's a pitch.
Walked him.
And they walked him. So a walk to start the inning. I'm already seeing the signals. I imagine going to be a stolen base here. What do you think?
Yeah.
As Holland, number 3, the center fielder, Grady Holland, comes to the plate. Runner at first, nobody out here in the top of the second. Pickoff play, not in time. He's in there. Good look by Kelly.
It sure was.
Keep him honest.
Big lead at first.
Runner gets the signs. Here's the pitch. Runner goes, fires it off. Not in time, and a stolen base. Runner at second. One-oh pitch. Inside. Here's a pitch. Strike one. 2-1. Pitch.
In the dirt.
Should be 3-1.
Yeah.
The 3-1 pitch.
Walked him.
And walked him. So 2 free passes to start the inning for the Eagles. Puts a runner for Symmes Valley at first and second. Carpenter, Bronx Carpenter, comes to the plate. He's playing shortstop. Here's a pitch, swing, and a deep drive is going to go foul. That goes on top of the locker room for the football team. If he'd have straightened that out, it'd have probably hit the bus.
It would have been over the fence.
0-1. Runners at first and second. Nobody out. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Strike two. Got him looking. Good pitch. The 0-2 pitch. Over his head. Ball one. As the Cowboy said last night, he likes pitches like that. It keeps everybody on their toes and honest. Here's a 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike three. One down. Runners at first and second. The leadoff batter for the Symmes Valley Vikings is Thompson, number 12. He's the right fielder. He singled his last at-bat. Here's a pitch. Inside. Runner goes. Throw down to third.
They should have him. They got him.
And they got him on the nice pickoff play. 2 down.
The thing about that, the Symmes Valley runner, he hesitated, then he took off, and they had him nailed.
So 2 down. Batter calls time, looking to get some signs.
Nice lead at second.
Strike. Runner at second. Here's the pitch. Runner goes. And high ball gets out of the catcher's mitt, and he's going to take third. Runner at third.
Tell you what, Madman, if he'd have caught that ball, they would have had him nailed at third base.
I agree.
Yeah.
See if I can hear the count. I think it's 2-1. And runner's coming home on the wild pitch.
And he scores.
He gets it. So 3-0. 3-1 should be the count. On Mr. Thompson, Tanner Thompson. Here's a pitch. Strike two. That should work him full. 3-2, yes. Nobody on base. 3-0 is your score. Here's the payoff pitch. And a grounder to second. Right into the hands of the first baseman. And that's going to end the inning. So after 2, Symmes Valley 4, Eastern Eagles nothing. We'll be back here in a minute.
You love the Big Red Machine. The Cincinnati Reds have a history of being competitive and zealous while maintaining the utmost professionalism. So should your lawyer. John Kirsten Clark is an aggressive and zealous attorney that is always looking out for the best interests of his clients while trying to secure a win. He has over 30 years experience and is licensed in all courts, state of Ohio, federal court, and even the U.S. Supreme Court. Whether your legal issue is domestic related or a criminal law issue, call John Clark Law Office today.
Batter up, Eagles fans. Baseball season is here, and there's no better place to catch up on all the action than Sully's in the Valley. Located in the heart of Beaver, Ohio, Sully's is your go-to spot for delicious food, refreshing drinks, and a family-friendly atmosphere. Grab a bite before the game or celebrate big wins with family and friends after. Plus, enjoy mouth-watering pizzas, sandwiches, and Perry's ice cream. Swing by Sully's in the Valley today, where great food and great fans come together.
This is Eastern Eagles Baseball on the Eastern Eagles Sports Network, presented by Total Media Sports.
Alrighty, welcome back. Bottom of the second. Eric Manley is going to be leading off for the Eastern Eagles. Eagles are down 3-0. The scoreboard did show 4. The scoreboard out in center field, but it is 3. Another flood warning. I get all these notifications for these things, Raj.
I do too, and it worries me to death.
Here comes QB1, Eric Manley. When he went to the plate last night at Green, the catcher said, "You're the quarterback, aren't you?" And he goes, "Yes, I am." So definitely made a name for himself this last season for the Eastern Eagles. First pitch. Strike one. Man, that looked outside to me. Here's a pitch. Inside, ball one. I thought that was going to get him.
Yeah, he didn't move. I'm like, well, he's going to take one for the team.
I tell you what, if he gets a hold of one, I think it's gone.
It's gone.
The 1-1 pitch. What? Okay.
Yeah, he called that a strike.
1-2. All right, that one was outside. That evens the count at 2. 2-2. Counts even. Nobody out. Eric Manley at the plate. Here comes the pitch.
Struck him out.
Struck him out. Man, I'm shaking the old noggin and giving the old head scratch up here, Rockin' Raj. As Cade Lice comes to the plate for the first time tonight.
Yeah, the lineup's changed a lot from last week.
Cade Lice to the plate. Here's a pitch. Did he call that a strike? Cade had to duck.
I don't know if he did or not.
I think he did. Here's a pitch. High and outside, ball one. So I believe the count is 1-1. Here's a pitch.
Swing and a miss.
Strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, yeah? Yeah, you're shaking your head just like me.
Yeah.
1-2 count. Here's the pitch. In the dirt. Ball 2.
In the dirt.
That should work the count full, Rockin' Raj. 3-2. Got the concession stand open. I just saw some good food.
I did too.
Here's a pitch.
Outside, he walks.
He better be outside. Cade Lice takes a base on balls. Brandy got the nachos. Someone got a hot dog. Got a lot of good food here. But speaking of good food, after the game, you need to go over to Sully's in the Valley and try
Absolutely, yeah.
Reuben as Thompson, the DH, comes to the plate. Here's a pitch. Inside, ball one.
Yeah, I was telling someone last night, we were talking about restaurants. I'm like, you ever ate at Sully's? No. I'm like, you need to go there. Their Philly steaks are awesome.
Everything is there is awesome.
Right.
The player took some of our agents over there over the weekend. Loved it. Here's a pitch. Strike. I'm just going to assume when the ball goes that side, he's just calling it a strike.
Yeah.
Runner at first. 1 out. 1-1 is the count. High, ball 2. Yeah, the player texted me and said, hey, guess where I'm at? I'm at Sully's. I was like, oh, who'd you bring? And he told me. He said, Steve Adams is right here and remembered me.
Yeah, player loves it over there.
Oh, he does. Inside, ball 3. 3-1 is the count on Thompson. Miles Thompson. 0-0 tonight. Here's a pitch.
Way outside.
Way outside, so another base on balls. I also need to point out that Isaiah Stidham is playing second. I think. Hold on, I got to look at this.
And we got time by the coach. He's going to go out and talk to his pitcher.
Well, it gives me a chance here to... Okay, Grant is in left field. Man, I got this all whopper-jawed.
He's only thrown 26 pitches so far, so that's not bad.
No, not at all. And he's actually been very efficient tonight. I mean, except for this inning, 2 on.
2 back-to-back walks.
That's going to bring up Braden Tomlinson, the right fielder. This is his first plate appearance this evening here in the bottom of the second. And this chilly Wednesday afternoon, I forgot it was Wednesday. Runners at first and second. Here's a pitch. That one looked like it was right down Broadway for strike 1.
Yeah, he took out one.
All right, he wants his pitch. Needs to get a hold of one here. Swing.
There you go. He got one.
Drive to center field, and that's going to be caught by the center fielder. Oh, I thought that was...
Yeah, nice shot there.
Yeah.
But the center fielder was right there. He only had to move a couple steps, and it was right in his glove.
So 2 down here on the F8. That's going to bring up Brady Moore. So 2 down here. Brady Moore steps to the plate, the third baseman. Here's a pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Still 3-0. 2 down here in the bottom of the second. Runners at first and second off of 2 walks. Here's the 0-1 pitch.
I started to say outside, but no,
Yeah,
right
you know.
down on the corner, outside.
I think this is the same guy that did our game last week. He likes that outside corner. 0-2. Here's a pitch.
Got him.
And
Well, the ball, he ducked, but the ball hit the bat, and
you got to
that's
be
going to
kidding.
call him foul ball.
And I think they want to talk about it.
Should have been a foul ball. But we'll see what happens here. Symmes Valley's walking off the field. And looks like, they're going to call him out.
All right, so that's going to do it. Looked like it hit him, actually,
Yeah.
and then it bounced off the bat. They're still talking about it. Here comes Coach Garrison, and Coach Havens are out there talking with the umps. All right, let's go ahead and take a break. Right now, it's going to be the top of the third. Rock and Raj will have the play-by-play. We'll be back in a minute.
Craving something delicious? Carson's Corner Pizza has you covered. From our cheesy, freshly baked pizzas to sizzling potato skins loaded with crispy bacon and melted cheddar, every bite is a flavor explosion. Want wings? We've got them. Salads? Of course. Calzones? You bet. And don't forget the best fried mushrooms in town. Skip the wait. Order online at carsonscornerspizza.com or call 740-289-1300. Carson's Corner Pizza, where every bite is better than the last.
When it's time for a real meal, head over to Riverside Restaurant at 924 East Main Street in Piketon. Serving up breakfast, lunch, and dinner Tuesday through Sunday from 7 to 3 and Saturday from 8 to 3. Try their train wreck breakfast, which includes 2 eggs, hash browns, biscuits and gravy, bacon, sausage links, all topped with shredded cheese for just $9.95. From home-style dinners to juicy burgers and fresh sandwiches, there's something for everyone. Call 740-289-3884 or stop by today. Riverside Restaurant. Good food, good company, great taste.
This is Eastern Eagles Baseball on the Eastern Eagles Sports Network, presented by Total Media Sports.
All righty, welcome back. Well, it looks like the umpires are going to call Brady Moore out off the putout. Looks like the ball hit the bat. He had to duck for it.
Yeah, I never seen a play like that. He ducks for it, but the bat hangs up in the air and the ball hits it and it goes down the first base line.
They called him out.
Yeah, they
so
called
we're
him
going to
out.
start the top of the third. Symmes Valley with a 3-0 lead over the Eastern Eagles. Rock and Raj is going to have your play-by-play here in just a second. We should have Tanner Korn up to the plate for.
So was that gunshots I heard?
It sounded like it.
Yeah. Hopefully we don't hear no more.
Or no sirens. And then my phone's going to ring.
Yeah. Okay, Vikings come to the plate. Number 11.
Number 11 is Tanner Korn.
Mr. Korn.
He's the pitcher.
Steps in the batter box. Pitcher gets the sign, delivers, strike one.
Miss, yeah. Good pitch.
And he delivered, and it's a shot down at third base.
Got him.
And they got him.
In time.
It was on the hop, but they got him.
So a 5-3 put out, one down. I was just checking my phone a little bit ago and got a text message from John Clark, Rock and Raj. No, we didn't even have court today, and we're still trying to negotiate cases. So if you find yourself charged with a crime in Pike County, give John Clark Law a call.
First pitch looked like a ball.
This is Willie Jones.
Foul ball.
Bounced foul.
1-1's count. Top of the third. 3-0 is your score. Vikings on top of the Eagles. One pitch.
In the dirt.
Yep, low.
2-1.
Two-one pitch.
High and outside.
3-1.
That wind's starting to pick up.
Yes, it is. 3-1 pitch. And there's a shot
left
over
field.
third base into left field. Base hit. And they lose the ball, and he's going to take off and go to second.
Left fielder overthrew the second baseman.
Yeah. And then
They still can't.
the
hang on
pitcher
to it.
misses the ball, but the runner holds it second.
I got to say, that throw from left field was a rocket.
Yeah.
Did you see that? That was Grant Havens. So a single turns into a double for Mr. Jones as Stroh comes to the plate.
Pretty big lead at second. Pitch to the plate.
Bounces off the catcher. He's going to take third.
That's about the fourth one we've seen this evening, where the catcher can't control the ball. One and one.
Pike.
Pitch to the plate. Strike.
That's a good pitch.
Inside corner.
Runner at third.
Big lead down third base line. There's a pitch, and there's a swing. Foul ball.
1-2. Stroh had a sacrifice RBI his last at bat.
Runner takes lead at third. There's the pitch, and there's the swing. Foul ball. He's swinging just a little late. Looking over at the girls, they are now on top, 2-1.
And a grounder to the shortstop. Shortstop fields it right to the first baseman. In time, batters out, but RBI complete.
So 4-0 Vikings. Top of the third.
So another RBI for Stroh. Maynard up to the plate.
There's a shot down the third base line.
That's fair. That's going to be trouble.
He going for two.
Havens fields it, gets it to the cutoff man. Davis fires it into second.
Stand up double. "61 pitches so far Eastern's pitcher has thrown."
So one down here. Runner at second. Here's a pitch. And a deep drive to left field. Oh, he lost it. It was in foul ground.
That would have been a sweet catch if he'd have made that play.
The third baseman, Brady Moore, was going after it. Overran it just a shade,
Yeah.
I think, and then had to kind of twist back to make that catch, and just that's pretty much impossible to do.
Yeah, when you twist around like that, it's really impossible to make a catch like that.
So 0-1 is the count on Hankins.
Pitch to the plate. Same thing, fouls it off. Down the third base side.
Swinging a little late.
Yeah.
He's a lefty.
There's a shot
Right
straight up the middle.
That's going to be trouble. Dive
Should
for it.
score another one. And he's going to take off to second. Stand up double. 5-0. Top of the third.
So a one-run double. Fields coming to the plate. Walked his last at bat.
And we got a timeout. They're going to come talk to the pitcher.
He was picked off at third base last time on. What's his pitch count, Raj, for Kelly?
64 pitches in the top of the third.
Looks like he's going to stay in the ball game. Coach Garrison goes out and talks to the shortstop. Some trickery, we think.
Maybe he's going to sneak in behind the guy on second.
All right, number 23, Fields up to the plate.
Waiting, gets the sign, checks the runner on second. The delivery. A high fly ball just left
Out of
of
play.
us.
Oh, almost hit the car.
New balls, 1 strike.
This runner is running. He tried to steal.
Yeah. Big lead.
He goes again.
1-1 to count.
The catcher backed him off. He went back to second. Pickoff play not in time. Stidham and Davis, the shortstop and second baseman, they're trying something with him. They're trying to get him off of rhythm or something and pick him off.
Big lead.
Oh, he hesitated, fired down to third base, and he is out. Pickoff. So
that's 3
That's it.
3 down.
So after the top of the third, Symmes Valley plates 2 more. We'll be back with the bottom of the third here on Eastern Eagles Baseball in about a minute.
You love the Big Red Machine. The Cincinnati Reds have a history of being competitive and zealous while maintaining the utmost professionalism. So should your lawyer. John Clark is an aggressive and zealous attorney that is always looking out for the best interests of his clients while trying to secure a win. He has over 30 years experience and is licensed in all courts, state of Ohio, federal court, and even the U.S. Supreme Court. Whether your legal issue is domestic related or a criminal law issue, call John Clark Law Office today.
Batter up, Eagles fans. Baseball season is here, and there's no better place to catch up on all the action than Sully's in the Valley. Located in the heart of Beaver, Ohio, Sully's is your go-to spot for delicious food, refreshing drinks, and a family-friendly atmosphere. Grab a bite before the game or celebrate big wins with family and friends after. Plus, enjoy mouth-watering pizzas, sandwiches, and Perry's ice cream. Swing by Sully's in the Valley today, where great food and great fans come together.
This is Eastern Eagles Baseball on the Eastern Eagles Sports Network, presented by Total Media Sports.
All righty, welcome back. Bottom of the third, 5-0. Symmes Valley has a lead over the Eagles. It'll be top of the order for the Eagles. It'll be Davis, Smith, and Havens.
Let's see if Davis can get something going right here, like he did in the first inning.
Yeah, Davis led off the ball game with a single.
Seeing raindrops.
Uh-oh.
Yep, it's starting.
Looking over at the softball score, 2-1.
Eagles on top.
Here's a pitch to Davis.
Watch out! Make sure no one got hit down there.
He sent that one almost to the softball field. Yeah, I looked up and got the sprinkles.
New balls, 1 strike to Davis. Pitch to the plate.
Man,
Called
he
strike.
loves that outside corner. Does this ump. Here's a pitch.
In the dirt.
Outside.
Way outside.
So if the rain gets too hard, we'll probably have to go off air and move down into the press box. So just bear with us.
High.
2-2.
There's a shot.
And 2-2. 2-2. 2-2. 2-2. 2-2. 2-2. 2-2. 2-2. 2-2. 2-2. 2-2. 2-2. 2-2. 2-2. 2-2. 2-2. 2-2. 2-2. 2-2. 2-2. 2-2. 2-2. 2-2. 2-2. 2-2. 2-2. 2-2. 2-2. 2-2. 2-2. 2-2. 2-2. 2-2. 2-2. 2-2. 2-2. 2-2. 2-2. 2-2. 2-2. 2-2. 2-2. 2-2. 2-2. 2-2. 2-2. 2-2. 2-2. 2-2. 2-2. 2-2. 2-2. 2-2. 2-2. 2-2. 2-2. 2-2. 2-2. 2-2. 2-2. 2-2. 2-2. 2-2. 2-2. 2-2. 2-2. 2-2. 2-2. 2-2. 2-2. 2-2. 2-2. 2-2. and it
it's
drops.
Oh, base hit by Davis.
Almost there into no man's land. I don't think
Yeah.
anybody really knew who was going to get it. And finally, the pitcher said, I'll take it. And by that time, it was too late. So Davis gets on the bases to lead off the inning.
Let's get something going.
Yeah, I'm kind of worried here. I might have to take my coat off and put it over my equipment. Christian Smith comes to the plate, had a sacrifice bunt. He laid down a nice bunt on that
Let's see if he does the same thing. It'll lead at first. Davis going a little further. And a pick off.
Not in time. Oh. All right. I can't see my equipment.
At least it's covered.
What's the count, Raj? There is none. This is the first pitch. Runner goes. Pitch out. Slide in.
He's
Head
there,
first.
he's
He's
there.
in there. Declan Davis with a steal.
Pete Rose slide.
Pete, yes. Charlie Hustle. They knew that one, too. That was a pitch out.
They still didn't get him. Nice hustle there by Davis.
So runner at second. Here's a pitch.
Strike.
My goodness. 1-1.
Swing and a miss.
Strike two.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Eagles down 5-0, bottom of the third. Pitch to the plate. Strike 3. They got him. Outside corner.
Way outside. All right, Grant Havens coming to the plate. Struck out looking his last at-bat in the first. Roger, that looks like sleet.
Yeah. I kind of thought that, but I'm like, nah.
That's what that is. That is
Yeah.
sleet.
Because it's bouncing off your jacket. Look at this.
Yeah. Davis at second. Here's a pitch. Outside for a ball.
But we are in Ohio. We could have all 4 seasons in one day.
You're right there.
Swing and a miss.
One's a count.
Pitch. Outside.
Should be 2-1. I don't know where Corbin went. It's a pitch, swing, and a miss. He goes down on strikes.
2 down. Davis still on second.
Trey Kelly coming to the plate. Ground out his first at bat. Third to first.
Pitch to the plate. Swing and a miss.
Now I don't have my jacket on. I'm freezing.
Strike. 0-2 is the count.
Trey Kelly did not like that.
Swing and a miss. He goes down swinging. So that'll end. Bottom of the third is 5-0. Eagles trying to get something going.
All right, we'll be back here in a couple minutes. All righty, welcome back. Looks like it's starting to rain, and the rain is going to come in a little harder, but we're going to stay right here. Corbin is a beast. He says, no, we're not going downstairs. Not yet, anyway.
Top of the fourth. It's 5-0. Vikings on top of the Eagles.
I think Dylan's a slave driver.
Well, you know he is.
I know he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, D-Money.
Corbin's scared to death of him.
We all are. And a nice shot. Oh, looks like Symmes Valley is up over the girls 4-2.
In the top of the third.
So who is at bat? 23, Fields. Yeah, he was at the plate when that runner was picked off, so he will resume his at bat. Count as
Comes the
reset.
win.
Yeah.
Pitch to the plate. Ball inside. There's a
Right.
shot.
Oh, it caught by the third baseman, Brady Moore. Great catch.
Yeah, he was right there. He just had to stick his glove out. The ball went right in it. Nice play there by Moore. One down. Top of the fourth.
Ladies and gentlemen, if we do go off air, we will be right back. Here's a pitch.
Strike.
Holland. I have a feeling it is going to come a storm here in a few minutes.
1-1.
The man is on the phone, Dylan. I can hear him. 2-1 to Holland. It was a great catch by Brady Moore, let me tell you.
It sure was. Outside.
3-1.
Ball 4, walks him. Vikings got a lead runner on first base.
A one-out walk. It's going to bring up Bronx Carpenter. Bronx struck out swinging his last at-bat, but he had a shot that went almost over the football locker room. Had he had straightened that one out, it was going
It
out.
was gone, yeah.
Runner at first. Pick off. Not in time. Keeping him honest over there.
Pitch to the plate.
Showing bunt.
And he bunts it right down the line.
To first in time. Throw. Oh, I thought he was going to throw over to third. Runner advances from first to third on that. I'm not sure why we didn't throw over to third. But nonetheless, 2 down, top of the order. Thompson. He's 1-1.
First pitch to Thompson. Ball. Little high.
Strike.
1-1. Caught the inside corner of the plate. High. 2 balls, 1 strike. Pitch to the plate.
Strike.
Called a strike.
So, our last broadcast, Rock and Raj, did you see a clip from our broadcast go somewhat viral on Facebook?
No.
So our center field camera caught. Here's a pitch. Got him.
Struck him out.
That's going to end the inning. The backwards K. There was a runner on third, but the Eagles were able to hold. That brings up bottom of the fourth. 5-0 is your score. We'll be back here in just a minute.
Craving something delicious? Carson's Corner Pizza has you covered. From our cheesy, freshly baked pizzas to sizzling potato skins loaded with crispy bacon and melted cheddar, every bite is a flavor explosion. Want wings? We've got them. Salads? Of course. Calzones? You bet. And don't forget the best fried mushrooms in town. Skip the wait. Order online at carsonscornerspizza.com or call 740-289-1300. Carson's Corner Pizza, where every bite is better than the last.
When it's time for a real meal, head over to Riverside Restaurant at 924 East Main Street in Piketon. Serving up breakfast, lunch, and dinner Tuesday through Sunday from 7 to 3 and Saturday from 8 to 3. Try their train wreck breakfast, which includes 2 eggs, hash browns, biscuits and gravy, bacon, sausage links, all topped with shredded cheese for just $9.95. From home-style dinners to juicy burgers and fresh sandwiches, there's something for everyone. Call 740-289-3884 or stop by today. Riverside Restaurant. Good food, good company, great taste.
This is Eastern Eagles Baseball on the Eastern Eagles Sports Network, presented by Total Media Sports.
All righty, welcome back. Bottom of the fourth, 5-0 is your score on this cold and soon-to-be rainy Wednesday night. So I wanted to continue my story.
Yeah, let's hear it.
So our camera crew, Jade out in center field, was catching the action. Well, there was a fan's dad in the stands, fell back in his chair. It was him and another guy. They both fell.
I did see that.
Brandy
I did see that.
comes out of her chair, not to help, but to get a picture.
I was going to say, now, she wasn't trying to help. She was just grabbing for that phone. She wanted that picture.
She got that, but you could hear her over our microphones. I need my phone. I need my phone. Got the picture. It's on Facebook. Great camera work by Jade to catch that moment. We didn't see it because we're up here. Eric Manley steps to the plate. Here comes the pitch.
Strike.
Yeah, I got it. So 0-1 is the count. Big old QB1, Eric Manley. I can't wait to see him get a hold of one. Here's a pitch. Swing and a grounder right to the shortstop. Throws it to first.
He's safe. Them long legs of his,
Yeah,
he beat it
buddy.
out.
So a leadoff single
Time to get something going, Eagles.
before the rain starts anyway.
Yeah.
So if there is the rain, just kind of a torrential rain, you may not hear anything because we're going to have to run downstairs. Cade Lice comes to the plate, walked his last at-bat. Nobody out here in the bottom of the fourth. 5-0 is your score. Wind starting to pick up. Here's a pitch. And a grounder right to the pitcher. He goes to second for two.
Double play.
And a double play.
That was great
So,
defense there by the
A
Vikings.
1-6-3 double play. Two down. Base runners have been erased. Miles Thompson comes to the plate. Miles also walked his last at-bat.
Four to two, girls softball. Vikings on top.
Ball one.
Bottom of the third.
Looks like there might be some lightning here, too. Here's a pitch. Outside, ball two. 2 balls, no strikes to Miles Thompson. 2 down here in the bottom of the fourth. Here's a pitch. And a grounder right to second. In time to end the inning. So a 4-3 put out ends the inning. And for another inning, the Eagles just can't capitalize on getting that leadoff runner aboard. We'll be back with the fifth inning here in a couple minutes.
You love the Big Red Machine. The Cincinnati Reds have a history of being competitive and zealous while maintaining the utmost professionalism. So should your lawyer. John Kierson Clark is an aggressive and zealous attorney that is always looking out for the best interests of his clients while trying to secure a win. He has over 30 years experience and is licensed in all courts, state of Ohio, federal court, and even the U.S. Supreme Court. Whether your legal issue is domestic related or a criminal law issue, call John Clark Law Office today.
When it's time for a real meal, head over to Riverside Restaurant at 924 East Main Street in Piketon. Serving up breakfast, lunch, and dinner Tuesday through Sunday from 7 to 3 and Saturday from 8 to 3. Try their train wreck breakfast, which includes 2 eggs, hash browns, biscuits and gravy, bacon, sausage links, all topped with shredded cheese for just $9.95. From home-style dinners to juicy burgers and fresh sandwiches, there's something for everyone. Call 740-289-3884 or stop by today. Riverside Restaurant. Good food, good company, great taste.
This is Eastern Eagles Baseball on the Eastern Eagles Sports Network, presented by Total Media Sports.
All righty, welcome back. Top of the fifth. Symmes Valley still on top over the Eastern Eagles 5-0. And I believe Tanner Korn will be coming to the plate for the Vikings as I check the radar. And I also want to sneak a peek at the Reds score. Can they pull off a sweep of San Francisco, Rock and Raj?
I'll be surprised if they do.
It is tied in the 8th, 8-8 or 6-6. So
the Giants came back.
yeah, they did. Looks like some storms coming our way. Here comes a pitch to Tanner Korn and a shot into left field. Fielded by the left fielder, Grant Haven, sends it to the shortstop, and a leadoff single to start the inning by Tanner Korn. Strong like that first pitch. The pencil's in my mouth. So coming to the plate, Willie Jones.
Oh, Willie.
1-1. Here's a pitch. And a foul. Fouls it back, 0-1. He got a double his last at-bat. He struck out swinging his first at-bat. So 1 for 2. Runner goes. And he gets in there easily off the ball pitch. We got a timeout.
Coach must have seen something he wants his batter to try out.
So the third base coach goes and talks to the runner, or to the batter, I'm sorry. Runner at second. 5-0 is your score. Top of the fifth. Nobody out. Willie Jones, number 25, at the plate. 1 for 2 tonight. Nice lead at second by Mr. Korn. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. 1-2 is the count. Here's a pitch. Fouls it off. Both coaches are coming out.
Yeah, one's talking to the batter, and the other one's talking to the guy that's on deck.
I think the catcher had a little kink in his arm or something. Christian Smith. I think, unless there was a change that I didn't see.
Coach pats him on the back. He's all right.
He says, rub some dirt on it.
Yeah, you'll be fine, buddy.
And again, if severe weather pops in, we'll probably have to end the stream quickly. So it will be back. We'll just be in the press box. All right, the 1-2 pitch.
Outside.
2-2.
2-2, buckle my shoe.
Skip to Malou, my darling. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swing
and a
miss.
miss.
Strike 3. 1 down. Runner at second. 5-0 is your score. Top of the 5th. Symmes Valley over the Eastern Eagles. Here's a pitch. Strike 1. Got him looking. That's Mr. Stroh. Number 34, Andy Stroh. 0-1 is the count. Runner at second has a nice lead at second. Here's a pitch.
They got him.
Hit by a pitch.
Nicked his shirt.
But yet, when Brady got hit on the head and it hit the back,
Yeah.
that was in play, live ball. Runners at first and second. Maynard comes to the plate. Maynard, the third baseman. He's 2 for 2.
Swing and a miss.
Strike 1. The pitch. Foul ball in the box, you're saying?
Yeah, the ball hit the batter, but he was in the box.
Yeah. So 0-2's the count on Maynard. Runners at first and second. 1 down. Here's a pitch. And a grounder takes a bad hop right to the second baseman in time for 1. Checks the runners and holds them.
So 2 on, second and third.
2 down.
Top of the 5th.
It'd be a nice, efficient inning. We get this out. Here's a pitch. Outside, ball 1. Hankins is the batter. Braden Hankins, number 10. 1 for 2. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Popped out to the pitcher, the first at bat. And an RBI double, the second. Here's a pitch.
High.
Ball 2, 2-1 is the count. Runners at second and third. 5-0 is your score. 2 down here in the top of the 5th. Here's the pitch. Ball 3, 3-1 is the count. We got 1 empty base. Rather not lose him here. Here's a pitch. And a ground ball right to the second baseman. Bobbles it, fires it off to first.
They still got him.
In time. And that ends the inning. So after the top of the 5th, with they left 2 on base, nobody scores. You're listening to Eastern Eagles Baseball. Back in a minute.
You love the Big Red Machine. The Cincinnati Reds have a history of being competitive and zealous while maintaining the utmost professionalism. So should your lawyer. John Kierson Clark is an aggressive and zealous attorney that is always looking out for the best interests of his clients while trying to secure a win. He has over 30 years experience and is licensed in all courts, state of Ohio, federal court, and even the U.S. Supreme Court. Whether your legal issue is domestic related or a criminal law issue, call John Clark Law Office today.
Batter up, Eagles fans. Baseball season is here, and there's no better place to catch up on all the action than Sully's in the Valley. Located in the heart of Beaver, Ohio, Sully's is your go-to spot for delicious food, refreshing drinks, and a family-friendly atmosphere. Grab a bite before the game or celebrate big wins with family and friends after. Plus, enjoy mouth-watering pizzas, sandwiches, and Perry's ice cream. Swing by Sully's in the Valley today, where great food and great fans come together.
This is Eastern Eagles Baseball on the Eastern Eagles Sports Network, presented by Total Media Sports.
All righty, welcome back. Coming to the plate for the Eastern Eagles, number 14, Braden Tomlinson. He's 0 for 1.
First pitch, strike. Outside.
It's a pretty good pitcher here for Symmes Valley.
Yeah.
Here's the pitch. And a catcher can't handle it. Ball 1. 1-1's the count. So I missed my little 5th, 7th inning stretch song. We're going to do it between innings. The 1-1 pitch.
Nice pitch.
That was a great pitch. Did you see the movement?
Yeah.
1-2. That was a curve or a slider. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Outside. Ball 2. 2-2. Counts even on Braden Tomlinson. Here's a pitch.
Swing and a miss.
And a miss. Struck him out. 1 down. That's going to bring up the third baseman, Brady Moore. He's 0 for 1 thus far. Grounded out to first base. His last at-bat. The 1-3 put out. Brady Moore is a senior. Had some good defense this game. Swing and a miss.
Yes.
Strike 1. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Way outside. Ball 1. So one of the things I will say, despite the score, I think this has been a great defensive effort by the Eagles.
It has. It really has.
I mean, the 5 runs.
Yeah, like you said, the score don't show it, but you're right.
Here's a pitch. Ball 2-1.
I mean, we've seen some great defensive plays by the Eagles this evening.
Yeah, and the pitcher's done great. The catcher's done great. Here's a pitch.
Strike.
You're right. Man, has that movement on that breaking ball. Wow. 2-2. Here's a 2-2 pitch. Outside. Runs a full. Payoff pitch. 4th coming. Yeah. Yesterday there were a lot of errors.
Oh, was there?
Yeah. And I think the first 2 games there's been quite a few errors. So this has been a pretty good showing. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. So 2 down. And Declan Davis comes to the plate. Declan is 2 for 2.
2 for 2.
1 stolen base. But yes, like I said, the defense been playing pretty good tonight. So regardless, I think that you can see the things coming together. Davis steps in the box. Pitch is way outside. Ball 1. This pitcher's been really good. Pitch efficient.
Yes, he is.
Here's a pitch. Ball 2.
Good eye by Davis.
2-0's the count. There's a pitch. Outside. 3-0.
Good eye. Good eye.
Here's a 3-0 pitch.
Walked
And
him.
a 4-pitch walk.
And again, Davis is on base.
Declan worked that. I think the pitcher's getting tired for Symmes Valley.
He hasn't
That
thrown
might
that
be-
many.
That might be something that we want here. And we got a mound visit. That's going to bring up Christian Smith. He is 0 for 2 thus far with a ground out and a strikeout. Got him looking his last at-bat. Who's over at first for Declan and the first baseman?
69 pitches so far the Vikings pitcher has thrown.
You can see a little bit of fatigue on him. I believe Mr. Stroh played basketball for the Symmes Valley Vikings. Him and Declan catching up after the basketball season. Great basketball season by the Eastern Eagles. Symmes Valley actually got put out in the tournament by Huntington Huntsman. Here's a pitch to Smith. Way outside. That was a pitch out.
Sure was. They thought he was going to take off, but no, he was smarter than that.
Declan read it. 1-0's the count. Here's a pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike one. 2 down. A runner at first. Christian Smith up to the plate. 1-1 is the count. It is the bottom of the fifth. 5-0 is your score. Here's a pitch. And a grounder right to the pitcher. Put out. Complete. So a very efficient inning for the Vikings. So nobody comes across. It's still 5-0. We move to the top of the sixth with Rockin' Raj back in a minute.
You love the Big Red Machine. The Cincinnati Reds have a history of being competitive and zealous while maintaining the utmost professionalism. So should your lawyer. John Kirsten Clark is an aggressive and zealous attorney that is always looking out for the best interests of his clients while trying to secure a win. He has over 30 years experience and is licensed in all courts, state of Ohio, federal court, and even the U.S. Supreme Court. Whether your legal issue is domestic related or a criminal law issue, call John Clark Law Office today.
When it's time for a real meal, head over to Riverside Restaurant at 924 East Main Street in Piketon. Serving up breakfast, lunch, and dinner Tuesday through Sunday from 7 to 3 and Saturday from 8 to 3. Try their train wreck breakfast, which includes 2 eggs, hash browns, biscuits and gravy, bacon, sausage links, all topped with shredded cheese for just $9.95. From home-style dinners to juicy burgers and fresh sandwiches, there's something for everyone. Call 740-289-3884 or stop by today. Riverside Restaurant. Good food, good company, great taste.
This is Eastern Eagles Baseball on the Eastern Eagles Sports Network, presented by Total Media Sports.
Alrighty, welcome back. As we start the top of the sixth, 5-0 is your score. Trey Kelly still on the mound for the Eastern Eagles. Up to the plate should be number 23, Fields.
I think Kelly's thrown around 97 pitches.
I think he should be getting towards his limit.
Yeah.
But a great effort by this young man.
Absolutely.
I mean, five runs. But still, good defense good defense for the Eagles overall. Over on the softball side, looks like Symmes Valley is up 4-2, and that should be the top of the fifth, as your Lady Eagles are going to come to the plate here. Got a lot of talking here. Oh, catcher's getting his gear on.
And the sprinkles finally stopped, or should I say the ice.
It was sweet, buddy.
Yeah.
Them kids running around these bleachers sounds like a war zone or something. All right, Kelly's back into the ball game, throws it down to second. We are ready to start the top of the sixth, and Rockin' Raj, take it away.
All righty. 5-0, Vikings on top.
Fields is up to the plate, walked his first at bat, and flew out to the third baseman. So he is 0 for 1.
First pitch over his head, ball 1.
Oh, wait. Wrong column there. Still getting used to this new score sheet.
1-1.
Pitch there. Definitely. You said Trey is about 97 pitches, Raj?
Yeah. Swing and a miss.
Good pitch. So what do we think about tomorrow, Rockin' Raj? Are we going to do the River Burger at Riverside or going to go to Sully's?
Hey,
A foul ball back into the stands.
Well, on Thursdays, we usually go to Riverside.
Yeah, Riverside Restaurant
Yeah.
in Piketon. Got to try the train wreck down there, Rock and Raj.
Yeah, and you know what? They're open on Mondays now.
They are open
Yeah.
on Mondays. I did see that. Here's a pitch.
Strike.
3, struck him out, got him looking.
Nice pitch by Kelly. Caught the outside corner of the plate.
You know we got to hit up Sully's too.
Oh, absolutely.
Sometime this
Yeah.
week, even though the week's almost over. But we also got to get Carson's Corner Pizza.
Yes, we do.
So as you can tell, there are a lot of options, and this old boy right here likes to eat. Here's the pitch.
Yes, you do.
Swing and a miss.
Yeah, Carson's Corner Pizza, it's just fabulous. I mean, it's really, really good pizza and subs.
Grady Holland up to the plate.
Ball.
He is 0 for 0, 2 walks.
Pitch to the plate.
Drive high, pop fly. Pitcher says it's mine.
He got it.
He takes it. So a
Two
pop out to
away.
the pitcher. 2 down.
Here in the top of the 6th inning, 5-0. Vikings on top of the Eagles.
And Carpenter, Bronx Carpenter, struck out and grounded out. He's 0 for 2. And a grounder gets by
Third
Brady
base.
Moore.
It's a fair ball.
Ball, left fielder gets it, throws it down. They fire it over to second. Not in time. A stand-up double for Bronx Carpenter. I think they thought maybe that was foul.
Yeah.
I think some fans aren't happy about that. It was clearly a fair ball. All right, this is Thompson.
Foul ball. No balls, 1 strike. 2 down here, top of the 6th for the Vikings.
Thompson's 1 for 2.
Pitch to the plate.
Throw down to first.
Our
Not
third
in time.
days.
Third.
He's
Jeez, I did
safe.
that.
The catcher was just a little slow getting the ball out of his glove. Ball outside.
What's the count, Raj?
I think it's 2 balls, no strikes. Ball 3.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Okay.
The Reds lost.
Imagine that.
They walked it. San Francisco walked it off in the 10th.
Wow. There's a shot down the right
field.
side, and it's a fair ball.
That's going to be trouble. That scores 1.
Or no, they're calling it
they're
a foul
calling it
ball.
foul.
It looked like it hit the line from here,
It did.
but we'll take it.
So 2 balls and 2 strikes.
I thought I heard sirens. Like, surely not.
The 2-2 count here, the pitch.
And he walked
That
him.
was a walk.
2 on. Got a guy on first and third. 2 down. Top of the 6th for the Vikings.
Coming to the plate, Tanner Korn. Walked his first at bat. And got a single his last at
And
bat.
here
He's
comes
1
the
and 2.
Sprinkles again.
The pitch, runner goes. Grounder to shortstop. Fires it over to first. Third gets it in. And
They got him.
tags him.
Little high throw by Davis, but the first baseman was able to pull it down, tagged him out.
So
Nice
that
play.
is the inning, and nobody came across. And the rain is a little harder. Here we go.
Brings back a lot of memories
Yes,
there.
it does. What happened to my microphone here? Can you hear me, Rob?
Yeah.
Okay. The rain is coming down harder. What do we think?
I think we need to move before it really comes down and soaks everything.
Grant Havens coming to the plate.
I can't hear you.
I know, something's up with my mic. How about now?
Yeah.
It must be this water.
Yeah, it has to be because now you just cut out again.
Yeah, something's going on with my mic. Check, check, check.
First pitch. There's a shot down to shortstop.
Fires it over to first. Got him with a tag. I wonder what's going on here.
I'd say it's water getting in it.
That's not good. How's that? Is that better?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
I had to crank the volume up. So he's still standing on first. Are they marking him out or safe? They're going to talk about it.
They got him.
Yeah.
So he's out.
They got the tag.
Yeah. Good call there by the officials.
So that was a 6-3 put out.
Pitch to the plate, swing and a miss.
Huh. Is that better? Oh, sorry.
Oh,
So yeah, something's up with the levels here. Grounded to third, over to first, in
Got him.
time, 5-3. That was Trey Kelly. We're just gonna swap. How about now? Is that better?
can't hear you at all now.
Yeah, because I'm
Yeah,
muted.
there you go.
So slot one needs to dry out. 2 down, Eric Manley comes to the plate. Here's a pitch.
Swing and a
Swing and a miss.
miss.
Strike one. The 0-1 count. Here's a pitch. Strike two.
Outside corner of the plate.
That's where he's lived all
Yeah.
night. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike three. 3 up. 3 down. We'll be back here. 5-0 is your score. We'll be back here with the top of the 7th. Final inning. Back in a minute.
Craving something delicious? Carson's Corner Pizza has you covered. From our cheesy, freshly baked pizzas to sizzling potato skins loaded with crispy bacon and melted cheddar, every bite is a flavor explosion. Want wings? We've got them. Salads? Of course. Calzones? You bet. And don't forget the best fried mushrooms in town. Skip the wait. Order online at carsonscornerspizza.com or call 740-289-1300. Carson's Corner Pizza, where every bite is better than the last.
Batter up, Eagles fans. Baseball season is here, and there's no better place to catch up on all the action than Sully's in the Valley. Located in the heart of Beaver, Ohio, Sully's is your go-to spot for delicious food, refreshing drinks, and a family-friendly atmosphere. Grab a bite before the game or celebrate big wins with family and friends after. Plus, enjoy mouth-watering pizzas, sandwiches, and Perry's ice cream. Swing by Sully's in the Valley today, where great food and great fans come together.
What about now? The rain is playing a little bit of havoc on us. We're trying to cover up the equipment.
We think we got it figured out now.
It's top of the 7th, still 5-0. Symmes Valley. My scorebook is all kinds of wet.
You got this inning?
I'll take it. Okay, something's not right here. Can you hear me? It's weird. Hey, Corbin, run another commercial, a 30-second commercial while I try to figure this out. Are we back? Okay. Well, I'm trying to get around, trying to figure the audio problems out. Partly. Okay.
First pitch is a ball.
This will be Willie Jones. 1 for 3. Pitch outside ball. Here's a pitch.
3 balls, no strikes.
We do have a new pitcher. Braden Tomlinson. It's a 3-0 pitch.
Walked him.
So a leadoff walk to start the inning. Runner goes. They got him with a tag. Did they?
No, they're calling him safe. Pitcher wasn't paying attention.
Neither was I. I'm trying to look at this computer. This is Stroh, the first baseman. So a little miscue on the bases. Runner at second. Here's a pitch.
Hit him. 2 on, nobody out.
So a hit by pitch.
Top of the 7th. Eagles down.
Stroh has been hit twice.
5-0.
Runners at first and second, nobody out. Top of the 7th, 5-0 is your score. Pickoff play, not in time. In there. Tomlinson is the pitcher. Runners go. Double steal. And a pop-up. Caught by the catcher. So 1 down.
He had to dive for that one.
He did. That was a great catch by Christian Smith. So 1 down, runners at first and second. That was on a double steal, too.
Yeah.
Here's a pitch. Almost got him. One ball, one strike, one ball. Hankins is up to the plate. Here's a pitch.
High.
2-0 is the count. Runners at first and second. Runners go, double steal. Throw down to third, and it gets by him. Left fielder holds it, throws it to the plate. Not in time. So that's going to score a run. So 6-0. Off the double steal error by the third baseman. 6-3 over on the softball side. Eagles are down. All right, 3-0 count. 2 balls, 1 strike. 2-1 count, my bad. Runner at third. Here's a pitch. And a drive. Short. The shortstop calls it, gets it, looks to home. Holds him.
He's like, try me, buddy, try me.
So he flies out to the shortstop.
And a runner on third base. Done a wise decision to stay put.
2 down. 6-0. We got D Money here.
The man,
Holding
the
the
myth,
coat.
the legend.
Keeping that camera dry. Fields is up to the plate. Here's a pitch. Outside, ball 1. The 1-0 pitch. Outside, ball 2. So 2-0 is the count. Runner at third. 6-0 is your score here in the top of the 7th.
I see Spider-Man down there walking around.
Yeah.
There's a shot.
Drive. Left field over the
His
left
head.
fielder's head. It's a fair ball. That scores 1 run. He rounds second, fires it up to third, holds him at second. So a stand-up double will plate a run. It is 7-0. That's going to bring up Holland. 0 for 1, walked twice. Got some action by the Lady Eagles over on the softball side. Single over there. Here's a pitch. Runner goes. Throws it to third. Not in time. And another stolen base. Good throw by the catcher.
Yeah,
Good
sure
catch
was,
by
yeah.
Brady Moore at third. That's a hard throw, especially with that righty in the box. He's kind of had to get out of the way.
Yeah, he has to move sideways, then
Yeah.
throw the ball.
1-0. Here's a pitch. 2 balls, no strikes. It's not raining right now. Here's a 2-0 pitch. Be high. That should be 3 balls, no strikes.
3-0 to count.
7-0 is your score.
Top of the 7th. Walked him.
Ball 4. Runner breaks for home.
He's safe.
He's in there off the wild pitch. 8-0.
See, I see that today. Eagles need to pay more attention when they're on the field.
Yes. Well, and some of the other games is just a lot of mistakes on the field defensively. Runner at first. 2 down. Runner goes. Throws it to second. He threw it. Did they call a balk on him?
They must have. Because they had him, but no, they're going to call him. He's there safe. Second.
Here comes the rain again. Runner at second. Carpenter. Runner goes. Ball. Throw down to third. We have a collision.
Nice catch there by Moore. Runner shaking up. Coach is going to help him up. You're going to have to walk and shake it off there.
Just needs to rub some dirt on it. I hear Jimmy on the phone. The man, Jimmy. To 8-0. Runner's okay. He's on third.
Everybody seems like they're taking their time. Let's go. Let's get it going.
Carpenter's at the plate. Should be a 1-ball, no strike count. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Ball 2.
I don't think myself I would have took Kelly out of the ball game.
They might have had to. I think there's a pitch limit.
Oh, okay.
And then that actually will dictate what happens tomorrow, because they do have a game tomorrow, too. Here's
And
the
that's
2-0.
probably why.
Strike 1. 2-1's a count on Carpenter.
I don't know about you, Madman, but my hands are froze.
Mine are too, and I got gloves on. 2-1. Nope, that was 3-1. 4 wall. Nope. He got a little L. I was right. I was right.
He's like, you
Now
come back here, son.
Now it's 3-1. I knew I was right. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Counts full. Check out this little contraption over here, Rockin' Raj. This little pod thing. I saw these last
I like
night
that.
at Green. They had a little heater in one of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's what we need.
Now, Brandy, she's got a heated chair.
And she still got 3 covers on her.
Payoff pitch. Pick off. Gets by him. Can't get it. He's going to go home.
What in the world? So it'd be 9-0.
Yep, they got a 4 spot here. Full count. Here's a pitch.
Walked him.
Puts him on the base. So we go back to the top of the order here. Thompson. And we got time called. Looks like we're going to do a pitching change. So 44 will be the new pitcher. I'm pretty sure I know who 44 is, but I want to double check with the roster I was given. Aiden Lloyd. That's what I thought. He must be 44 all around. They got like 4 or 5 different jerseys. So Aiden Lloyd coming to pitch. 9-0 is the score. Runner on first, top of the 7th. Let's go ahead and take a 30-second break. We'll be back in 30.
Craving something delicious? Carson's Corner Pizza has you covered. From our cheesy, freshly baked pizzas to sizzling potato skins loaded with crispy bacon and melted cheddar, every bite is a flavor explosion. Want wings? We've got them. Salads? Of course. Calzones? You bet. And don't forget the best fried mushrooms in town. Skip the wait. Order online at carsonscornerspizza.com or call 740-289-1300. Carson's Corner Pizza, where every bite is better than the last.
This is Eastern Eagles Baseball on the Eastern Eagles Sports Network, presented by Total Media Sports.
All righty, welcome back. New pitcher on the mound for the Eagles, number 44, Aiden Lloyd. 9-0 is your score here in the top of the 7th. Looking over at the softball game, we got a dinger, a home run by South Gallia.
That was a shot straight center field.
And look at that. Oh, the girls come out and celebrate the home run. That's cool. Look at that. 7-3 over there in the softball score. Symmes Valley up over the Lady Eagles. As we get set to resume action here over in the baseball side. Aiden Lloyd, your new pitcher. 24 is the new batter, Austin Simpson. Have a runner at first. A new batter, Austin Simpson, number 24. Here's a pitch. Ball 1. 1-0 is the count on Simpson. Here's the pitch. Strike. 1-1.
Nice pitch right down the pipe.
Wait, up here. And a drive.
Foul ball.
Foul, out of play. 1-2. My score sheet is a mess. It is
There's
a wet
mine.
mess. Here's the 1-2 pitch. And a drive and caught on
That's
the fly
it.
by the second baseman, Isaiah Stidham. That's going to end the inning. Bottom of the 7th. You're listening to Eastern Eagles Baseball, back in 1 minute.
You love the Big Red Machine. The Cincinnati Reds have a history of being competitive and zealous while maintaining the utmost professionalism. So should your lawyer. John Kirsten Clark is an aggressive and zealous attorney that is always looking out for the best interests of his clients while trying to secure a win. He has over 30 years experience and is licensed in all courts, state of Ohio, federal court, and even the U.S. Supreme Court. Whether your legal issue is domestic related or a criminal law issue, call John Clark Law Office today.
Batter up, Eagles fans. Baseball season is here, and there's no better place to catch up on all the action than Sully's in the Valley. Located in the heart of Beaver, Ohio, Sully's is your go-to spot for delicious food, refreshing drinks, and a family-friendly atmosphere. Grab a bite before the game or celebrate big wins with family and friends after. Plus, enjoy mouth-watering pizzas, sandwiches, and Perry's ice cream. Swing by Sully's in the Valley today, where great food and great fans come together.
This is Eastern Eagles Baseball on the Eastern Eagles Sports Network, presented by Total Media Sports.
All righty, welcome back. Bottom of the seventh.
This is do or die for the Eastern Eagles, down 9.
Number 27 coming to the plate, Cade Leist.
Hopefully we can get this game in before it comes a really good downpour.
I think the rain is kind of like it's missing us a little bit, just enough to make you mad and get our score sheets wet
Yeah.
and my mixer a little messed up. I hope I didn't break it. Here's the pitch to Leist.
Strike.
1.
Outside corner of the plate.
He's lived there all night. Is this the same pitcher? I believe it is.
Yeah, same pitcher.
Here's a pitch. Ball 1, 1-1.
Here it comes.
Yeah. 7-3 over on the softball side. 9-0 over here, bottom of 7. Top of 7 over there. Here's a pitch. And a drive in the left field. Cade Leist is going to reach. Throw down to the shortstop. Cuts it off. All right, a leadoff single.
Yeah, Eagles are not giving up.
To start the inning for Cade Leist in the left field. All right, coming to the plate, Thompson, the DH. Okay, you got it, Rock and Raj. This is my computer's going haywire here.
Strike. Pitch to the plate. There's a shot to right field. He got it.
Got it.
1 down for the Eagles. Cade Leist on at first.
So an F9. And the pitcher comes to the plate, number 44, Aiden Lloyd. First plate appearance of the ball game.
Outside.
Way outside, ball 1. Thank you. I just hope it doesn't fry in my computer. It's a 1-0 pitch. 2-0.
Yeah, that's not good on that computer.
Not at all. Here's a pitch.
3-0.
3-0 is the count. 1 down here. Runner at first. Here's a pitch. And a shot right to the third baseman. Around the horn, second for one.
They got him.
Got him.
That'll win the ball game.
Going to end the ball game. So the Eagles fall
9-0.
5-4-3 double play. That's going to do it for us. I think we're going to go ahead and have to just cut it off.
I agree.
So the Eagles fall to the Symmes Valley Vikings 9-0. That's going to do it for us. You've listened to Eastern Eagles Baseball with the Madman.
And he's
Rockin'
the
Raj.
Madman, and I'm Rockin' Raj.
All right, so